Like, if your man ain't treating you right, leave him. If you keep running into dudes that are doing the same things to you, give it a rest. Can you guys see me? That's better. No, too much light. Okay. Now there's shadows. Okay, hopefully this is better. Hi guys. So I realized when I did my last Q&A that there was a lot of like unanswered questions. Because I don't know, you guys just asked me a lot of questions and I only answered a few because, like I said, there was like 400 questions and I can only touch on so many things in one video. So I wanted to kind of make a part 2 to the Q&A, and so this will be the part 2. So a lot of people are saying that like I am not very personal and you guys don't know that much personal stuff about me. You just know me as like Maryjane the Traveler, but you don't really know me and my life, much about me and my life before traveling, which I can understand. And I think that I'm gonna do a whole separate video, like maybe like a my life video, because that's gonna be a very long story to tell. But I let you guys know like snippets about me, but maybe not the full thing. So you guys are asking a lot of questions about me personally and, you know, just my life before I started traveling, because obviously I just started traveling about 3 years ago, so there's like a lot more to me. So I mentioned that okay, so one of the top questions in here is why I don't drink. So basically, I grew up, how should I say this? I'm a very, 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 very observant person. All I do is watch people and I study the crap out of people. It's really creepy. Like my siblings always make fun of me because I'm always calling people nosy, but I'm super nosy. Like I will study the crap out of people and I'll dissect them, and like it doesn't even matter who it is. People growing up that or even going through high school and going through college mostly, I would study everybody and I would kind of see what I don't want to be like, if you know what I mean. So I'm not saying everybody who drinks is like a mess, that's not what I'm saying, but I would see a lot of people in college just drink their lives away. And even when I was in high school, I would watch everybody around me, like, I'd watch everybody around me drink like 3 times a week, get stupid drunk. Of course, I wanted to like fit in a little bit while I was in high school, so I would go to parties even though parties were not my thing. And I'd be the only one sober, just looking around at all these drunk people. And I'm just like, it's not something that I wanted to be like. I always ask my sister this question. I don't know why my sister, but I would always ask her, why do people drink? Like, I never got it. Like, I realize there's nothing wrong with alcohol. That's not what I'm saying. Don't get the wrong idea. But I would just be really confused. Like, I'm okay with, I love my sober mindset. I love the moment I'm in. Why would I want to remove myself from it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like I just never understood why people drank. And then if alcohol doesn't taste good, then why do people drink it? But I understand some people like the taste of alcohol. I know that I don't. I have tasted it before for sure. Once I was like, I forget how old, maybe 13, and I asked my mom, like, what does wine taste like? And she said, taste it. And I literally took the little sip. I was like, no thank you. One time in college, I was asking another friend the same question. Why do people drink? Like, why do people drink? Is it because you want to be removed from reality or, you know, soberness? Or is it just because you like the taste? Or like, I can't wrap my mind around it. And then the girl was like, well, some people like the taste. Some people like to get drunk. Some people do it to have fun. Some people do it because it's cultural. And I'm like, well, what does it taste like? And I think she had something called like whipped cream Ciroc or vanilla Ciroc or something. And she said, well, just taste it. And I'm like, no, I'm good. She's like, just taste it so you can see what it tastes like. So I literally took the littlest sip and I'm like, it tastes like fingernail polish remover. I ran to the bathroom, spit it up. Those are the 2 times I tasted alcohol, and I just can't wrap my mind around why people will. And I realize that's also a reason why it's a bit hard for me to find like really close friends, especially my age, because most people my age drink. Most people my age smoke, or a lot. I won't say most, but smoke something, whether it's weed or cigarettes, or they drink, and I don't do any of that stuff. So like, it's hard. I just realized that it's hard to like connect with people on like a deep friend relationship, or at least the people I've encountered, if you don't do stuff like that they do, because I don't know, like it just creates this sort of barrier. It's hard to explain, but it's just what I've come to the conclusion about. You can disagree with me, that's perfectly fine, but that's just what I found is true. So I don't drink alcohol because I don't like what I see when I see people doing it. And I also am not going to drink something that doesn't taste good to me. And I also don't want to be removed from reality. I don't want to be removed from my sober mind. I don't want to become addicted. I don't want to ruin my organs. It goes hand in hand with the fact that I don't drink juice. Like, anyways, I don't drink juice. I think juice has way too much sugar in it. I drink water and tea. So I don't even drink soda. I don't drink juice. It goes hand in hand with the rest of that stuff. Like, I'm not going to drink something that I'm not interested in drinking. And I don't want to be removed, like I said, from reality. I don't need to have a drink to have fun, if that makes sense. My idea of fun is so much different than other people. Like I said, big parties, big events, all that stuff gives me crazy anxiety. So when I was in London, a lot of people were saying, stay for carnival, and I'm like, carnival's happening? And I hurry up and made sure I was out of London by carnival. Like, I hate parades, I hate parties, I hate barbecues, I hate gatherings. Like, honestly, I keep trying to tell you guys, like, I'm not an average person. Like, I'm very weird. So those type of things give me crazy anxiety, and I hate them. I'm a very one-on-one person. I like being one-on-one with somebody or just by myself. I hate gatherings. So for a wedding, yes, I plan on having a big wedding. So, events like that. But as far as me having fun, I don't think parties are fun. I don't think gatherings are fun. I don't think barbecues or anything with a lot of people like gives me. Let me know if you guys want me to do a story time on this. But I was in a shooting before, and yeah, I was in a shooting. I was at a party, which I don't go to, but I was peer pressured into going to this party, and it was shot up, and I was there. And especially since then, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I don't even like parties, so there's no reason for me to go there. I don't like parades, so there's no reason for me to. So that's the answer to why I do not drink alcohol. I was getting a lot of questions about that. Do I have anything against people who drink alcohol? Not at all. Not at all, guys. Everybody does different stuff. Not everybody's the same. Not everybody sees life the same. Not everybody has the same outlook on life. Like, this is just me, and I love people who drink. It doesn't matter to me. I'm talking about for myself. For some reason, people get offended when somebody says they don't do something for themselves that other people do. Like, I don't believe in zodiac signs at all. I don't believe in that astrology, the crystals, all that. Not at all. And I make that known, and people get offended, and I'm like, why get offended? You know, like, if you believe in that, good for you. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just Mary Jane, 22-year-old girl. What do I matter for what you believe in? You know what I mean? Like, do you? I'm saying I don't mess with that stuff. I don't mess with it. But and I don't drink alcohol. I don't like alcohol. I don't see myself ever drinking alcohol. I'm a lot like my grandmother. I'm a lot like my grandmother. And my mom's mom. And she doesn't drink either. And she is, you know, older. And she still, to this day, hasn't really had alcohol. So I realize I'm a lot like her. And yeah, we just don't drink. We're just not into it. So am I friends? Would I be friends with somebody who drinks? Yeah, of course. But I just noticed that sometimes it's not that easy because, you know, with your friends, who do you hang out with most of the time or have fun with? Your friends. And if I'm always the sober one who's just sitting there uncomfortable because we're at a party or get together or whatever, and you're the one drinking, having fun, well, like, it's just not gonna work. Versus you being friends with somebody who does do the same stuff as you know what I mean? So that leads me to my next question. A lot of people were asking me why I've never had a boyfriend or why I've never dated anyone. I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible because you guys know that I can go on and on and on and on about stuff. Okay, so let me start from little Mary Jane. So I was homeschooled from pre-K. I was homeschooled from kindergarten to the 6th grade. So my mom was my teacher. My classmates were my siblings, my brother and my sister. And I was not around other kids really at all, for the most part, outside of my family. And I have there's not a whole lot of kids in my family. So the only other kids I was around were my brother and my sister. My other brothers weren't born yet. So it was just my brother and my sister. We were all each other and really new. Very secluded. My mom was one of those moms where, like, if there was like a kissing scene like on SpongeBob, we'd have to turn our heads. Like, if we were watching, I don't know, a cartoon and there was a kissing scene, I couldn't watch The Simpsons, I couldn't watch Family Guy. My mom was kind of strict. But I don't think at the time we knew my mom was strict. We thought all moms were like that. I didn't know who Beyonce was until high school. Or till close to then. I did not know Destiny's Child or Aaliyah or all these people. I knew nothing about it. We listened to, like, my mom loved music from, like, all around the world. So we'd listen to world music, Spanish, reggae, African music. We grew up listening to that stuff. We didn't listen to anything with curse words in it at all. Yeah, so very cut off from the world. And then I go to 6th grade. It was a whole new world for me. I'm like, you have to get up every day and put on a uniform. It was a Christian school. No black people there. I think there was a total of like 8 black people in that entire school. The school ranged from pre-K to 8th grade. It was a Christian school. My class was like maybe 10 people, my class. Very tiny, very, 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 very tiny school. You know, we were all Christian kids for the most part. you know, very tiny, very secluded school. And like I said, it was mostly white. The only other black people were like 3 other black people in that whole school, where I could count them on my hands. But it was weird to us because we had grown around that anyways. We weren't around like other black people. This is going to work into the rest of the story. So basically, it was a very kind of racist school, whereas we did get treated differently. But like a lot of the guys there, like me and my sister didn't know if we were ugly or pretty, because according to guys, because we had never been around other people our age at all, so it was a whole new world for us. And all the guys at that school, you know, because that's the age, you know, 6th grade through 8th grade, that's the age everybody starts liking each other and getting boyfriends and talking about, I like this person, you know. And like we were told that we were ugly, like straight up. Like they would always make fun of my hair, the boys there, and my sister's hair, and the girls. They'd make fun of our hair, just constantly pointing out that we were different. Everybody at that school was really tiny. Like all the girls were size 0 and really short. Me and my sister were taller, because me and my sister like hit our growth spurt at that age where the other people didn't. So we were taller than everybody, we were bigger than everybody. I'm 5'6", but I was still taller than everybody at that. I don't know how tall I was in the 6th grade, but I know I was bigger than all the, you know, white skinny girls, you know, with straight long hair. I had very poofy big curly hair, and everybody, every time I wore my hair down, it was a huge deal. Everybody was looking at me, wanting to touch me, everything like that. So I just had the idea that all the guys there were interested in all the other girls, you know. They'd always tell me straight up to my face that I was ugly, that like I was fat, that my hair was ugly, and to my sister as well. And some really, really racist things were said to me and my sister. Not so much my brother, because my brother was like, it's a little bit different for guys there, like, yeah, like we just had this idea that we were ugly, if that is put in the right way. So we had nobody to like or date or have a boyfriend with, or so I used to like this boy in the 6th grade, and he straight up told me like, you're really ugly and I don't know why you like me, because like you're just really ugly and I would never date a black girl. And I'm just like, okay, I understand. I was super sad during that time, because it was just like the first time I was realizing like, wow, like, but I guess a lot of homeschool kids have a similar story, because it's like you go from straight into the real world from being so secluded. Before, all I knew was me and my siblings, you know what I mean? So anyways, that's when I started straightening the crap out of my hair. My hair was really long at that time too. It was like almost to, if I would straighten it, it'd be to my hips. And I always would, because I just wanted to fit in more with the white people. I'm like, I don't want to be so stand outish. I just want to fit in more. And like something's wrong with my hair apparently, because there's such a big deal about it, and I straightened the crap out of it. I went and got blonde highlights to try and be less, you know what I mean? And I begged my mom, can I get blonde highlights? Can I get blonde highlights? Can I get blonde highlights? She kept saying no, and then one day she said yes. And I got them, I think, when I was 7th or 8th grade. 7th grade. And I was so happy, and then I ended up being mad. But anyways, yeah, very different. So then imagine going from my whole class from 6th grade to 8th grade with maybe 10 people. 2 black girls in my class, me and 1 other girl, I think, or me and 2 other girls. And then my mom puts us into a public school. This is all in New Jersey. I grew up in New Jersey, and I don't know, it was so weird. I would have not obviously dated anybody in 6th through 8th grade. And then I get to high school, and I see just this whole different world that I wasn't a part of. Like, everybody was so different from me. I remember people started cracking up when I said I didn't know who Aaliyah was, or I didn't know who Destiny's Child was. I'm like, who are these people? Who are these people? And then, where are you from? And like, I don't know, like, I never liked anybody in high school. Everybody, like I said, everybody was just so different from me. I was like, everybody was so different from me. And the high school I went to, they all grew up together, basically their whole lives, everybody. So like, I was like an outsider in the whole world of the high school I went to. I never really fit in. Like I said, I hated my high school experience. Didn't have any friends there. There's like, okay, I kind of shunned everybody from high school. Like, the day I graduated, this is how much I didn't have friends in high school. Graduation day, you know how you take your cap off and you throw it in the air? I took my cap off, threw it in the air, and then everybody starts crying and hugging each other and hugging their best friends and crying. I threw my cap in the air, looked around. There was nobody for me to hug. There was nobody for me to be like, oh, cry to, or any. Plus, I was so happy. Anyways, but this didn't make me sad. Don't think it made me sad. It didn't make me sad. I go and find my hat, and I ran up the stairs, and I'm like, Mom, start the car. And I got a scholarship, because graduation day at I know a lot of high schools do this, as well as my high school did it. They give you scholarships that you didn't find out about most of the time until that day. So I got a $2,000 scholarship for music. I won the musician award for my class. So I got plus I was going to college for music, so I was selected. I got a $2,000 scholarship. So I went, I collected my scholarship, or the envelope for it, and I was like, Mom, step on the gas and go. And she was like, Maryjane, stop. Because my sister did the same thing when she graduated. We were never really a part of like our high school. We were very outsiders, very much so outsiders. And like, blew my sister and I's mind that like people were sleeping together in high school. Like, it blew our minds. Like, I remember she'd tell me like, this person apparently slept with this person and then cheated on her with this person, and so these people are fighting. And I'm like, especially before I even went to that high school and she was a freshman there, like, I never believed her. This is regular high school activity, I think, for most, you know, a lot of high schools, most high schools, I'll say. People were kissing and sleeping with each other and doing other sexual things, and that just blew my sister's mind, my sister and I's mind, and my brother. And we were so not on that type of stuff, and everybody knew us that way anyways. So there'd be no reason for us to have a boyfriend or date anybody in high school, because we weren't on the same type of time as those people. We weren't on the same type of time at all. College for me, so going back, I digress. I couldn't have had a boyfriend or dated anybody in middle school. I couldn't have had a boyfriend or dated anybody in high school. Not possible. So then Maryjane goes to college. I go to Boston to go to college, and I loved being like so far away from New Jersey. I was in New Jersey my whole life before that. So I love being like a new place by myself. I love Boston to death. I still say that to this day. I love Boston itself. The people, no. But I don't like the people so much. I'm not saying all Boston. I know I have a lot of Boston subscribers and followers, and I'm sure you guys are amazing. I mean, when I was there and the people I encountered. It was kind of like the same scenario when I went to Boston. I kept realizing, like, I feel like my life is just like a series of the same events. Like, I was the new girl in Boston. I was so different from everybody. Boston culture, I was so different from everything everybody liked to do. Everything that the people, like, I just was so different than everybody, and everybody knew it. Like, people would come up to me all the time in Boston and be like, you're not from Boston, are you? And they just know because of the way I acted, or just like the things that came out of my mouth. Where are you from? Like, are you from a farm? I'd be like, basically, yeah, I basically am from a farm. But yeah, I was just so not like a city girl like they are in Boston, city people, and like I was just very different from everybody else. There was no really opportunities for me to have. I'm an observer big time. Like, I observe people to the T, and it's something that annoys me about myself. I try not to do it so much, but I won't even say people. I am a dissector of everything. Like, example, say this phone. I have the iPhone 8 Plus. I know every single thing about this phone. When I first got, an iPhone, I will know how to do everything. I'll look at the manual. I'll take the manual apart, every little piece. I'll know I'm very good at computers, which is why I love editing. I'm very good at technology. Everything. I dissect things. I want to know everything about everything. I'm like information addicted. I want information. I want to know facts. I want to find out things. It's not even just about people, but I'm very much that way. So I just dissect people a lot, and I'm trying to figure out what is okay to say and what is not okay to say. I think it's okay for me to say that my mom dated a lot when I was growing up. She dated a lot, of men, and I would dissect the crap out of each person she dated. And like, I do the same thing. I think, when it comes to me looking at other people that I may or may not be interested in dating, and I always just don't want to date that person. Yeah, I don't want to be cheated on. It's not gonna happen. I do not want to be divorced. I don't want to be I don't want someone to make a fool out of me. I don't want any of that. So I'd rather take 2 steps back and think about, why am I dating this person, or why would I allow myself to date this person, or what is the pro, you know what I mean, before I actually date. So I said, I observe stories, I observe everything around me, and just growing up, now I'm 22, just growing up and watching everybody around me also growing up, I'm very happy with my decision. I'm very, very happy with my decision that I have never had a boyfriend, and that I've never dating anybody is not really a big deal, but I'm super happy I've never had a boyfriend. I have always been the person to want to have one boyfriend and then marry that man, and I think God is going to do that for me. I think he's going to give me one boyfriend, and that boyfriend will end up being my husband. Also, I don't want a boyfriend until I'm ready to get married. You guys know me. I am super adventurous. If I wasn't traveling, I'd be doing something similar. I like to be very adventurous. I want to be all over the place. I want to try this and this and this and this, and go here and then do this tomorrow. Early last year, I wanted to climb Mount Everest, and me and my sister were trying to figure out how to do it. Like, that quick we made the decision. We want to climb Mount Everest. And then we wanted to go to Kilimanjaro, and then we wanted, I'm very much that type of person. How the heck would I have a boyfriend if he wasn't the exact same as me? You know what I mean? You're gonna be left behind. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather be myself, do the things I want to do in life, and then when I'm ready to get married and I'm ready to have a boyfriend, then it all come full circle, and I'm not worried about it at all. I'm very young. I'm 22, and I always said I would hate to have a boyfriend for 10 years. When I have a boyfriend, I want a boyfriend for a couple years, and then I want a fiance, him to become my fiance, and then I want to get married. I don't want to be in those long relationships. Heck no. No. I want to live my life. I want to live my life, okay? And then I want to do all that when it's time. I'm 22. And I think a lot of people get the wrong idea that, like, if you're not dating at a certain age, or you don't have a boyfriend at a certain age, or you're not interested in a guy at a certain age or at a certain time, like, you need to. And you need to find a man. Or all you see on Instagram are these memes about F-boys and I'm lonely and this and this and this. I'm just like, why do you have to have a boyfriend right now then? Just wait until you find someone that meets your needs, or whatever the case may be. All I see on the internet is girls complaining about guys, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, is it that deep? It's never been that deep to me. Like, I don't understand why, if you keep falling into the same situations with different guys, why not just give that area of your life a rest and wait until something you're looking for comes to you? Another reason why I don't think that I have friends at this point in time, it's because, like, so many girls are obsessed with boys right now, and it's just like, I don't have the empathy. I really don't have the empathy. Like, my man, he didn't text me back in 20 minutes, and it's just like, I'm not empathetic for you. I'm not gonna talk you through your situation. I'm not, unless you want a straight up answer from me, you know what I mean? Like, I'll give you a straight up answer. Like, if you're asking me for advice, but I don't know anybody who will come to me for advice about a man, because I ain't never had one. But, like, if your man ain't treating you right, leave him. If you keep running into dudes that are doing the same things to you, give it a rest. So yeah, I've never dated anybody, never been on a date, never had a boyfriend, never been in that situation where I'm like so stressed out about a guy. So I just really can't empathize with people. That is a little bit of background on why I've never had a boyfriend. I am planning on having one, maybe in 5 years. Okay, I don't know. But I'm ready to get married, which is no time soon. That is no rush for me. I do not want one right now. Please, don't think that's what I'm saying. I do not want one right now. I feel the timing of my life at this moment, and I feel strongly that in this moment of my life, the men are not, boyfriend isn't in the equation for right now. I'm completely fine with that. I don't want one in the equation right now. I'm good, sis. It wouldn't even work out. Even if I wasn't traveling, a lot of people say, well, you don't have a boyfriend. It's funny because a lot of people online think they know you. And I don't know why they think that from video clips. But a lot of people are saying, well, you don't have a boyfriend because you're traveling. Like, excuse me, you don't know me. And I only started traveling recently. So what about before? And I know for a fact I wouldn't have a boyfriend right now, and even if I wasn't traveling, and even if I did, I don't think it would be right for me. I think I'd be off. It's not meant for me right now. So, but it also wouldn't be me if I wasn't, because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do right now. So yeah, I think I answered. There's stupid amount of questions on those two topics: why I don't drink and why I've never had a boyfriend, because I guess it's kind of weird for most people my age. Again, I said I'm 22, about to be 23 on Christmas. I'm not a September, October, November, December. I guess 4 months. On Christmas Day is my birthday, and so I'll be 23, and I don't think I'll have a boyfriend at 23 either. But yeah, let me know if you guys want me to do like my life in depth. I know I kind of went into it in this video, but there's so much stuff I left out. Because I just want to get straight to the point, even though this video is going to be long. But I just want to tell you guys why I've never had a boyfriend and why I don't drink. Yes, eventually I do want a boyfriend, I do want a husband, I do want kids. Oh, butterfly! Look at the butterfly. Oh, really? It went like that. Brought you guys a little bit closer to me. Maybe you feel like you know more now. I know I'm weird. I keep trying to explain that to you guys. Like, I'm not an average person. I'm very weird. I'm very different. Yeah, So yeah, that's the answer to that question. And if you guys want me to tell any more stories or have any other questions, let me know in the comments below.